Okay, here we go. Back again. And Joe has already given us some ban predictions. We'll see if he's right. Well, that was the quickest Rubik ban. It didn't even say Radiant's turn to ban. It just put Rubik up.
They knew.
I'm surprised they even found it that far. Someone was hovering over on the grid, like, we are getting rid of Rubik.
Must have been like 4 people waiting to like suggest it.
They've banned them in reverse. Last time it was Winter Wyvern Bane. Oh no, Winter Wyvern Skyrath. This time it's Rubik Bane pick. So maybe they're using the same 4 bans, but just switching it up a little bit for our entertainment.
Yeah. They were listening to the stream. It's like, okay, we can't do the exact same ban. Just swap them around, change it a little bit.
Which means that Skyrath should be banned next. Do you ban Skyrath? Maybe. Skyrath is quite an annoying hero to play against, but I felt there's some more meta-defining heroes. Never mind, you're just going to get rid of Skyrath. And do you get rid of Winter Wyvern is the question. Or you ban the Undying, because the Undying had a lot of impact. Did die a few times in the early mid-game, but when it came to those later game team fights, every time there was a massive tombstone. And no, they banned Sand King, because they see Jabate drafting. They know Jabate didn't play Sand King last time. They don't want to play against it, which means they can pick Winter Wyvern. They actually go for Io first pick. And it's not the double pick. So you can't go Io plus combo. You have to think of a combo later. But that means I'm predicting Ancient Apparition. Probably.
Just to get around the regen.
Yeah, I mean, no healing. No Holy Locket, no mech, no overcharge heal, no tether heal, no... Doesn't matter, you just get the AA blast. Yeah, well, it looks like I'm pretty good at drafting.
Yeah, you got it, yeah.
I felt like if they were thinking of Io, they should have banned Rubik, or no, instead of Rubik, they should have banned the AA, or instead of the Skyrath, but anyway, Io's now going to have to play against one of the hardest counters, unfortunately, so we'll have to see.
5 seconds
I think...
remaining.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, does Ursa care that much about AA ulti? That's like kind of
a bit, because lifesteal is a key part of the hero, but I guess when he's got his ult up, he's not taking damage anyway, but it lasts a very long time. Spirit Breaker. I quite like that. Io is a very mobile hero. You just click on Io, and even if Io is relocating, you can follow Io across the map, which is always quite amusing.
Yeah. So. Definitely.
But yes, Io can still relocate save. What Panda said in chat is important. Big Ice Blast. It looks like Dire are going to win the fight. At least you can still yank someone back to the fountain. So...
It's a shame. I think they'd want to walk back the Sand King ban, because that's also really nice against the Io. So basically always a double stun, very reliably.
Yeah, pretty much. Beastmaster is one of the highest win rate heroes at the moment, in high MMR games anyway. Can I see this working well? Sure. You're going to bully AA pretty easily. You've got ultimate to hold Spirit Breaker in place, providing he's not bulldozing. It's, yeah, good hero. Maybe not a recipient for Io's overcharge, but I'm sure Io would be going in the safe lane anyway. Maybe with a gyro or a Slark, or what else were... It used to be CK Io, used to be the combo.
Yeah, when Tether's done.
Tether does stun now at 20 minutes with the shard. So, yeah, you can bring it back. They've gone for the Ursa ban. They've banned Wraith King. Don't want to play against that twice. Banned Drow Ranger, which was banned last time too.
Yeah, they banned the... I'm shocked, because I thought Ursa would be one of the best that they could be picking with the Io, like when you're displaying it that well, because it's kind of hard to counter the Ursa. But they really just didn't want it.
I like
I
like Tiny Io is a classic, because high attack speed for Tiny when he doesn't have any naturally, so you just pour in 110 attack speed to this hero who just charges in with a tree in hand and just swipes away at everyone.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
PL ban. I mean, PL is really nice against Spirit Breaker, since you can just double charge very reliably.
Yeah, very easy to do. But I feel like Spirit Breaker is not horrible against PL compared to most heroes, because you can find the real one, and it's very easy to stun all of his illusions at once.
5 seconds.
Yeah, and it shuts down the important, like the split pushing and the retreating through jungle farming camps. It's really difficult to do that if you've got a Spirit Breaker charging you, to be able to do that and feel safe.
Yeah, exactly. And Spirit Breaker also means that you're going to find the real PL. You can see where he is at all times. They ban Weaver. Okay. Don't want to play against... I mean, Weaver's a bit irritating to play when there's a Beastmaster, because if you get roared, you're probably dead. but
Yeah.
I suppose you can easily escape the boars. You can harass Beastmaster. I don't know. Maybe I'm not a huge fan of seeing Weaver in this game, but we'll see what else is going to be banned. Another core. It's only cores, so.
You could always do my patented build of no boots into Lincoln Sphere on a Weaver.
Yeah, I didn't like that very much, but
it won the game.
Lifestealer. Well, yes, I guess, yeah, I suppose. Lifestealer was banned this time. I guess that's something quite irritating to play against. If you're playing POS 3 Spirit Breaker, you can still bash the Lifestealer, but in lane it's a bit of a pain. They go Grimstroke. Grimstroke Spirit Breaker is a very nice combo, providing you're not that far away from the target. Just Inkswell, send the Spirit Breaker in. It's going to be at least one stun, into a second stun, into maybe another stun. And you've got the Nether Strike that goes into the Grimstroke ultimate, which is also quite nice. I don't know where you end up teleporting to, but I'm assuming it works.
Yeah, and it's also lovely against the IO because if they like one tether, enjoy having 2 tethers with the Grimstroke.
Yes, Grimstroke is likely to hold them in place. Now, Snapfire Beastmaster, I like this because Raw plus Mortem's Kisses, you can pretty much kill any hero you want all the way up to most of
Void.
Most of the game.
I always think Void when I see Snapfire. Okay.
Luna Luna also relies quite heavily on lifesteal in the late game, so AA is good against it. Spirit Breaker can shut down a Luna. It's not hard to get to a Luna, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure about Luna compared to Void. I like the Void. Yeah, you have IO, good for Void, because you can relocate him into a fight. You can overcharge him for attack speed. You've got Snapfire anyway. Beastmaster can help with vision, so you can find a good chrono.
Exactly. An underrated component, because Void is purely about the vision game. So having a Beastmaster and Snapfire just means if you chrono someone, they die, and you've got that lovely vision. But they have gone for the Luna.
Luna hits hard, Luna farms quickly, sure, it's never a bad pick. Luna IO is also quite a famous combo. You give damage to IO, so you can both right-click harder. You're giving Luna attack speed, which is always really nice. You give her mana regen, so she can spam the Lucent Beam. You give her even more move speed, and obviously IO likes a very fast hero to tether to. So, yeah, I'm okay with the Luna. I don't think it's going to be Magic Luna, but I guess you could still pick Void and then play, Aghanim's Rush, Luna mid, but I think that would be...
that would be fun. I don't know if it would be good, but it would be
Magic Luna is funny because Lucent Beam ends up with a ridiculously low cooldown. They do go Juggernaut. I think Juggernaut makes a lot of sense because you Omni Slash, you're going to kill Luna. Luna can Manta, but you're going to go through the Manta illusions pretty quickly. You've got Spin, which is pretty good against Beastmaster, because he can't really do anything once he's been spun on. I guess he can ult you later in the game, but the lane will be good. You've got Grimstroke Juggernaut. I do not want to lane against Grimstroke Juggernaut, whoever I'm playing, apart from maybe
super fun, super strong.
Maybe Pango can get away from them. Someone who can jump away quickly. Otherwise, it's just a horrible lane.
Yeah, it's so much damage.
5 seconds remaining.
They ban OD yet again. They really don't like playing against OD, or they know someone who plays OD well, so they're trying to get rid of it.
Oh, I think Juju plays a really good OD.
Yes, he did have a good... That one game he played OD was absolutely fantastic. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're thinking it's a target ban then?
I think so, and also OD is quite strong now just because all the spirit heroes got banned, and he's also really irritating to play against. Just because, you just always have a 4-second disruption on a teammate, and they can walk away now with the shard.
Quite troll. Yeah, you can literally walk out of chronos with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like a Wind Waker, but you only have to buy a shard.
Yeah.
Instead of a
I like
gold
the
item.
puck ban. I like the puck ban a lot here because the Radiant. The reason why I like the Void is because they've got good damage. They're just lacking a lockdown. It's just raw, and the puck would give them that. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of mid that Radiant will be going for to try and alleviate the lack of disable they have, because they really need it. Snapfire and Luna have great damage, but if they could just run away, then not quite as strong.
I've just had Panda doing some tests, so that's nice, about Grimstroke Ultimate, Soulbind, along with Spirit Breaker's Ultimate, the Nether Strike.
Yeah.
So you do teleport to the other target, so you attack the first one with it, but then obviously you cast it on the second hero as well because of Grimstroke duplicating. So you'll always appear at the other target, similar to the kind of Vengeful Spirit interaction. But I just wanted to know if it does still apply the stun on both heroes, which I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, we are looking at the last couple heroes now for each team.
I think, do you think a PA would have been very fun on the Dire lineup instead of this Juggernaut with their own stroke?
PA Grimstroke is nice because you can immediately Blink Strike onto the target and then just do some really high damage. Nice to bridge the gap against Beastmaster.
Yeah,
good against Luna because you're just going to out damage her in the end as long as you don't die to Eclipse. But then you can always blur most of the Eclipse anyway.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and with the talent you can get 6 daggers off, I think, with the 25 talent from the double daggers, which is an insane amount of late game damage potential. Okay, the Storm ban is... I like that a lot. The Void ban... I feel like they might have liked a Void.
yeah. Void Spirit's always a good hero and also goes well. Well, the Dire, it goes well with the Grimstroke. Void Spirit's quite nice with Grimstroke. Just dash in with the Inkswell again. Would the Radiant have wanted a Void? Yeah, it's okay. You can get on top of the AA. You can easily get away from Juggernaut with Dissimulate. You can get away from Spirit Breaker with Dissimulate. So yeah,
exactly.
I think it could have had some potential, but they're thinking of a different mid hero. But what would it be? I don't think we're going to see return of the Pos 2 Lion. But what would it be instead? Someone who doesn't mind Spirit Breaker too much, or Juggernaut. They are
only here is just okay. That's how they're doing the lockdown. Okay, so that's what they've figured out for the lockdown problem.
Mid Magnus farms incredibly quickly. You don't give cleave to anyone on your team, really. I know Beastmaster gets it, but you're still adding a lot of damage to Luna, who has high base damage, and you've got now RP. Snapfire ulti, you know, Luna ult, etc. And IO Magnus also, if you ever end up tethering to a Magnus, you're giving him massive attack speed, which is very nice. So, yeah, I can see it. It's a fairly decent pick. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I don't think they had that many. Like, the problem nowadays is when you think of like a mid with lockdown, you know, you get Puck, who's not a particularly strong hero, and then Magnus, who's not traditionally seen as a mid. And this is why, like, I think the offlane now and why we've been seeing Magnus bans, nerfs over time, is that you need that big stunning hero, and that's usually your Pos 3. Just because there are very few big stun mid heroes that are in the meta right now.
Yeah, you don't go big stun in mid. You've got damage, you've got little bits of stun, but big stuns come out from, you know, Tidehunter, Earthshaker, which was being played as a Pos 3 in TI Earthshaker. Yeah, mids that have stuns, there aren't many. Dragon Knight mid comes with 1. The final hero,
he got nerfed.
It was going to be, or is going to be, sorry, wrong tense, Death Prophet. And I was thinking about Death Prophet because you've got a lot of strength heroes on the Radiant, in fact 4 of them. You can obviously drain their health away, nice against Magnus, who's a melee hero. Death Prophet has a massive opportunity to bully the Magnus in lane, which will make it quite hard for Ollie because you literally just max the Spirit Siphon and just run at the Magnus. What's he going to do? Nothing. Even if he skewers you under the tower, you probably just kill him. Especially at level 6, he has to TP out, he's got no chance. And
definitely.
It goes well with everyone else.
I think, I don't know if Juju plays it much, but I think the Queen of Pain would have been absolutely just, like, amazing to destroy this Magnus. It's probably Magnus's worst matchup.
I still think Death Prophet actually might have a better chance, because against a melee like Magnus, who is so melee, he's like the meleeest melee. You just run at him with E. What do? You max the E. You don't no max Crypt Swarm, just max the E. You just run at him. Yeah. He has so much HP and so little armor. I think it's a really good pick.
Yeah, no, they both form the same idea, and this is sort of the problem when you're like, oh, we need to have a stunning mid, but we're also first picking our mid. You know, because like you got Magnus and maybe Shaker could be another option for that role, but both of them you can super easily counter in the mid lane when you see it first.
They would all have been countered the same. Dragon Knight mid also would have been screwed by the Death Prophet. I think Void Spirit actually was the best one. But
exactly. I'm surprised they banned it.
Yeah, because
I think that was
and Storm Spirit was banned as well. So 2 heroes with stuns gone. The reason I like Void Spirit is his stun is quite long, like 2 seconds, and he has so much mobility.
Prepare for battle.
But they've got rid of him.
Although he's not traditionally the best stunning hero, you can build for the stun very easily with the Ags.
Ags brings silence. You have Dissimulate stun at level 25. You can always get a Scythe on here if you need it. Yeah, there's plenty of opportunity. Anyway, we're going to have to see what happens, but Radiant have the better team fight if everything goes perfect, but I think Dire's lineup is just easier, and I tend to vote for whichever lineup I think is easier to pull off. And so I would say it's a Dire game, and of course, Dire losing that first game would like to win one, but you know, Radiant can still win, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, usually when I've seen the matchup of Magnus versus like Queen or Death Prophet, what often happens is Magnus at like level 4 just leaves the lane and jungles and then lets the support
30
de-push the
seconds
lane
to
out.
battle.
Yes.
But the Radiant don't really have that good of spammy support to do that.
Snapfire can go mid.
Unfortunately. Yeah, it's okay. She's very low range and doesn't nuke the wave that strongly.
Only if you like
Um,
go melee range and scatter blast it.
Yeah, and scatter blast things.
Yeah,
Which is
but you don't tend to have that. You tend to have little shredder.
yeah,
And
exactly. So it's a bit rough there. We'll see how he does it. Ollie has a lot of carrying on this high strength Magnus back at this to do, I think.
And all.
we will see. They take the bounty there. Just going to be a little exchange. Is going to be a +3 Spirit Breaker. And we'll have to see how Kinder can do with his Ice Blast, because a lot of pressure on him, but he is the counter to a lot of the heroes on the Radiant team, especially the IO, but it means he has to land his ultimate as well. So the pressure will be on, but of course he will not have that for the first maybe 10, 11 minutes. So IO can still do 100% of what she wants to do in lane, giving heals to Senshi, keeping her alive.
Look at this Grimstroke. He's already in like half health just from Little Shredder.
Wow, I mean that's rank 1 Lil Shredder, and Lil Shredder doubles its damage when you level it up. But I guess you've also got the Boar, and the Boar enjoys minus armor.
And the Blightstone. Yeah, that's why it's a lot of damage.
That's a good combo actually, Beastmaster and Snapfire. I really like that combo.
Yeah,
Lil
it's,
Shredder costs 50 mana, what? Why is it so cheap? Everything else is... What?
It's not Big Shredder, it's Little Shredder, so
Yeah,
it's
but
mana
big
cost,
damage.
obviously. Yeah.
I guess
Deception.
I mean, I suppose you are a strength here on Snapfire, the int game is quite poor, but still starts with 21 int. I mean, that is a lot of damage for how cheap that spell is. Seems a bit unfair. We have one predict on the channel, 100 channel points. Looks like we do have some viewers. Obviously, the Saturday stream tends to not have as many viewers, but do have the players holding on to their channel points. Okay, again, like we said from last time, we're trying to predict which lane the first blood will go into, and I think top lane.
Yeah,
Juggernaut, the Juggernaut lane.
I think the Grimstroke's gonna be the first to go down. That's my bet. That's my channel point bet if I had channel points.
Somewhat just goes in to block the camp. He says, "Yep, I'm standing here. Sorry, no stack
Very
for you."
good.
And of course, the Kobold Foreman camp is the worst one for pulling because it just does not do any damage.
No, yeah, it's super speedy, super weak.
I think Juju. I mean, I haven't played Death Prophet mid for quite a long time. Maybe the meta has changed, but I definitely would have taken Spirit Siphon rank 2 because it goes way higher in damage. I mean, look at it. It goes from 1% of your damage to 2.5%. You get a second charge, and you just run at the Magnus. Run, and spam the Spirit Siphon. So I probably would have done that instead against a melee hero, but... Because then you just look, you just run at him now. Spirit Siphon 1, and then Spirit Siphon 2. But now you have 1 rank Spirit Siphon, 1 charge, and it does less damage. So you're pretty much like tripling the damage potential.
The mana cost stays the same on the spell. It's not like it goes up or anything. And the damage, yeah, it goes. Yeah, I think you have to max Spirit Siphon. I think you could maybe argue like you leave it at 3, maybe just to get more critical, just so that you can farm quicker. But at least 2 or 3 points.
Well,
I think you prioritize it now.
It's the second charge what matters. Because if he runs at Ollie now, 12 seconds of Spirit Siphon is better than 6 seconds, whereas hitting a Crypt Swarm slightly harder. I mean, yeah. Anyway, it's fine. I think Ollie's actually had a very good start in this lane, getting 14 CS. He just needs to, like you said, just get maybe level 5, and then he can just take his Empower into the jungle and say, see you later. He was smart to go 2 points of Shockwave, because that means if he's struggling in lane, he can always secure the range creeps.
Yeah, I think Ollie probably predicted that GG would be maxing the Siphon, and that's why he put the 2 early points of Shockwave, just so that he can like get that early range creeps hit 4 or 5 as soon as possible.
Yes, I like it. I think it's smart. Like seeing the tether. Oh, look at the ghost. That ghost.
Very pretty.
Where's that ghost from?
Ooh.
Oh, is that that's one of the camp?
Oh, the small cap? Yeah. Oh, they look very spooky.
They do. When you look at this, like look at it, like chasing the eye. So we're just waiting for someone to potentially reconnect. I mean, there's been no disconnect, but there was a pause. Ben internet rips. That's backwards hello. Go but not fixed. What does that mean?
I don't buy it. I'm sure he's getting pizza delivered or something. He just doesn't want to say it.
Yeah, probably. Backwards hello is lagging apparently, and he is playing Juggernaut, so that's very, very good news for the Radiant team.
This attack is very well targeted. I like it.
Yeah, good. DDoSing in an in-house. I like it.
High stakes. High stakes.
Now, I haven't played Spirit Breaker. I hadn't played Spirit Breaker. Whoa, it was the first blood in the top lane. And unfortunately, it was on Backwards Hello, who now has finally disconnected. And that, I didn't see what happened. I don't know if it was a BM kill. That feels bad. Oh, okay. Maybe he did disconnect. But
See, he says it feels bad, but it doesn't feel bad enough for him to not execute him. So,
well,
shows the
you know,
moral
take the first blood, and then say that feels bad. Maybe he did a spin. No, he didn't spin. Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
It's better to ask for forgiveness than for permission.
Yeah,
that's what he's done here. He asked for forgiveness for his murder.
He says he doesn't think he can play. What is happening with the university internet? When I was at university, internets were quite slow back then, and they're much better now. But we had 15 megabit download, 15 upload, but it was very consistent, never went down. Okay, looks like we may have to call this game off, I'm afraid, because it seems like we have someone really struggling with their internet, so we're going to have to see. And, yeah. Ollie seems to have a brain lag instead. Not quite an internet provider related lag.
No. That's just the Ollie special.
It is.
Alright. Poor Juggernaut. Even if everything's completely fine at this point, which I doubt it is, but even if, the lane is already significantly harder with that first blood.
Yeah, he's here. No, he seems to be okay. Look at him. He's getting denies in last sets. Yeah, seems to be doing all right. Maybe it's fine. He says he doesn't think he can play, but then he does fine. Oh, they're running at Somewhat. Somewhat has no cookie. He doesn't cookie. And unfortunately, they couldn't get him. They tried, but he does spin on one of the boars and claims a bit of free gold.
Yeah. But that combo is very mana intensive for the Jug and very cooldown as well. Cooldown heavy.
Cooldown heavy is the main thing. Juggernaut spin actually gets cheaper in mana cost every time you level it up. Very few spells in the game do that. In fact, I can only think of 2 off the top of my head. The other one being Enchantress's H's Attendance.
Yeah,
so,
I think the scaling was back from the Ho-Ho-Ha patch, the Mask of Madness, where people were getting level 1 Blade Fury stats and Mask. So they made it like, okay, now we're going to have a huge cooldown at level 1, and we're going to make it scale down in mana cost.
Yeah,
just
now
to incentivize people to level it.
Now you basically have to level it first. But I prefer if you do. I mean, that's the way Juggernaut should be played, in my opinion. He's that early game spin hero who then becomes a right clicker later. If you just ignore the spinning mechanic entirely, then it becomes nothing more than a 4-second or 5-second BKB. So
yeah, essentially.
Max it out. I mean, I know the damage doesn't go up rapidly, but yeah, mana cost, cooldown, and some damage is definitely worth it. And Veteran taking a bit of harassment from Somewhat, but has loads of regen on Grimstroke, so it's absolutely fine. But yeah, Backwards Hello is really struggling, which is obviously good news for the Luna, who's pretty much having free farm in the bot lane, and Ollie having free farm in mid. There is a 2,000 gold lead, which is 23% net worth at only 5 minutes in, so this is a massive start for the Radiant.
Yeah, that's huge. He's not Spirit Siphoning very aggressively.
He does have three ranks of it. Go now. Just
yeah, got it.
There we go. Remember, it heals a lot. I mean, look how much damage to it. And they get another kill on Veteran. Backwards though, going into the spin. Debate Mode just stands his ground. Yeah. He's also got 2 points of Inner Beast. That's 25 attack speed. Also, I know this is very minor. I think maybe a bit more than people realise. The 25 attack speed also affects every creep. Now, that does make you push a little bit. But that means when you're fighting into the creeps hit quite hard. Especially when they're all hitting faster than normal.
Yeah, you're right. Especially on a ranged hero that doesn't have damage block. Like, that's a lot of damage from the wave.
Yeah, and Juggernaut spins in the middle of the wave. He does take pretty much all the all the damage from it. And they managed to get a kill on Senshi, which is incredible. They're getting a kill on that Luna. Ollie salving himself up. Actually has bought another salve for himself. So spending a bit of his net worth just to survive this lane. He's rushing the Blink Dagger. I thought on a mid Magnus I would be going Tread Echo Saber and then Blink.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's left.
There's a
his
spin
tower
top.
alive.
Backwards hello. Is he going to get the kill? No, Jabema is going to escape. But Jabema does not have any
There's a kill
region.
going on mid.
I'm trying to look at 2 lanes at
What?
once. We have a look at mid. Is Juju going to find a kill on Ollie? No, because Ollie has a haste sprint. So back to top. Veteran is going to be okay. But that was a good fight backwards. Hello. Jabema is south up. And his south isn't... Was it? No, south wasn't cancelled. Veteran unfortunately missing with the stroke of fate. The somewhat has absolutely no mana. In mid lane there were no kills, but the tower has already been taken. 6 minutes into the game taking the tower. I mean, that is pretty incredible.
Yeah, Ollie tried to deny his own tower and hit it like 5 times, and then GG just slapped it once. He got the last hit.
Well, yeah, that's unfortunate, but I mean, Juju is doing very well.
Yeah, I think Ollie slightly gimped his own game quite hard here by maxing Shockwave.
Oh, he actually has maxed it, so he's left rank 1 in power. I mean, look at him power. It goes from 12% bonus damage to 36, 10% cleave to 40, and of course Magnus gets an extra 75% of that. Backwards hello. He has to spin to escape, but he's in a lot of trouble. Needs 1 more hit. Nope, 2 more hits. Jabema is still chasing Juggernaut despite being... Oh, he's 20 moves too faster because of the Windlace. It's all about the Windlace. And I know how much you love Windlace, and that was, that was it.
Beautiful.
That was the kill.
That made me happy. Yeah. Yep. Instead, there's this circular on this jug. That was a Windlace, you know? Who knows?
He would have been fine. Yeah, he would have been
Yeah.
fine. There's this charge in. They're going hard on the IO. Any bashes? Oh, IO does not move out the way and unfortunately gets frozen in place, but the Luna doing quite a lot of right-click damage. 3 points of Luna Blessing. The Luna does hit hard, but there's still going to be a kill on the IO. So Dire pulling it back a little bit. Oh, they cook in. Look at the damage on Veteran. That pretty much 1 little shadow was almost enough damage to instantly kill.
Yeah, just wrecked them.
That is ridiculous. I mean, the Radiance offlane is doing so well. 3-0-1. The poor Juggernaut is 0-2-0, already having to go jungle. But he's gone for treads. He's going to be patient. And they're doing a rotation in the bot lane. Dire saying, well, we're going to get kills down here instead. Radiant trying to go on Kinder Surprise. You have level 6 on the Spirit Breaker. Immediately go into the Spirit Strike. Then you've got the charge stun, but doesn't use it straight away. Now uses it. Juju is here, doing quite a lot of damage, but Senshi being healed so much by the IO. So instead, they're just going to go for IO. But they don't even get the IO.
Oh,
wow.
You dived that. You have 3 heroes. You dived them. Man.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit of a misplay. I liked the Nether Stripe. I would have gone straight into the Charge of Darkness for the 2-second stun, and then that would have procced into the Cold Feet. But instead, they kind of just let them run away. And then they didn't go for the IO first, who just put out so much healing with rank 3 overcharge, and then they got away.
Yeah, that was I think a little bit non-committal, a bit of a half-measure attempt at getting those kills there, which results in, unfortunately, getting neither. And
Juju has now taken yet another tower. So 9 minutes in, 2 towers are already gone. He's got Boots of Travel on Death Prophet, which is an interesting item to go first item on Death Prophet. But now Death Prophet is going to be a very, very, very fast hero. It's already one of the fastest heroes in the game, and now it's going to be even quicker. So there we go. Snapfire about to hit level 6. Beastmaster, of course, maybe level 8. As Helm of Dominator creep, and you know how powerful Helm of the Dominator is. Adding 25 damage to the creep anyway. It just hits so hard. Then, of course, you get extra attack speed from the Hellbear Smasher. 15 attack speed. Then it has a 150 damage nuke on top. I mean, God, it is scary. But there's some rotation coming. One of the rotations being Inkswirled Spirit Break. Unfortunately, Inkswirld's not going to go off, but here comes the Air Blast. He lands straight into someone, but looks like the other 2 heroes don't get hit by it. Are they going to drop the Roar? He's not sure what to do. He's kind of walking back and forth. Doesn't roar the Spirit Breaker in the end. Thinks he's going to get the kill without it. Could use the Bird for the vision. Nice charge. Charge into the Spirit ult, but it's not going to be quick enough. So Jabema will get the kill. Now there's the ult, but unfortunately Veteran gets the kill with Inkswirl. Did you see Veteran just leveled up from 5 to 7 immediately? 2 levels from that kill on the Beastmaster. Somewhat is going to go down as well. Jabema, however, gets a 2nd kill. How does he get that kill? Kills Veteran with just the creep.
Oh yeah, from the creep. Yeah, the Ursa Warrior creep or the Hellbear.
No. Max was stuck. Okay, so interesting fight there. Ends up being 2 kills for the Beastmaster. The Beastmaster and the Snapfire died. So not sure who really comes out ahead on this, but Juju already with the Boots of Travel. He is in a great position now. Is he the highest level hero? Well, Magnus also farming high, now has 3 points from power, so farming a lot quicker. He's decided to go for his own Boots of Travel, but first picked up a Blink Dagger. Interesting.
Does Ollie play Magnus much?
Yeah, I think all of us who play mid have played Magnus mid at some point, just because at one point it was one of the most popular mids.
Yeah, you just had to.
Backwards Hello, unfortunately, goes at 11-minute mark with only 3,600 net worth. But, you know, he's going to be patiently farming, although you have to farm at the same speed as a Luna, who unfortunately, with a Juggernaut anyway, it's a very, very quick farmer. And look at the build. 4 points Lunar Blessing, 3 points Moonglaive. It's pretty much all in on right-clicking. So, yeah, it's going to be scary.
It will. It's not great. This is why I would have liked, I think, the PA and just going greedy, like with a Battle Fury BKB, and then you can just jump on this Luna. Because when you have Tread's Maelstrom, feels like it's going to be rough for timing.
Juju has basically insta-killed the Helm of the Dominator. He probably should have committed to last hitting it, because it's worth, there you go, 100 gold. Then he can just pop the regen rune.
Oh, he's going Sanj Kaya first item. Who needs a yield?
First item. I guess there's Beastmaster ult, and you've got the Magnus ult, so that's going to reduce the duration by 22%. Maybe worth it. Potentially finding some nice farm in the top lane.
Yeah, and I suppose there's not much to yield off on this team. It's all just hard stun.
Yep. Oh, they've brought Spirit Breaker back. They've actually dropped the Primal Roar as well. Is it going to be enough? Yes, it will be. And Oak actually gets the last hit on the IO, despite there being a Magnus and level 10 Beastmaster as well. But never mind, it's a very good kill to have. IO is going for a Mechanism first item, not going for Holy Locket, but Mech is a massive burst heal, you know, providing that the AA doesn't get a big blast. But that Ice Blast didn't hit anyone right there, so IO is just free to heal away.
Yeah, definitely.
Ollie, Blink Dagger and RP at the ready. Tease Juju, tease Veteran. Or does he actually? I need to swap to their vision. No, he doesn't see them at the moment, so I'm on the Radiant vision now, but his team have gone a bit further away. Tease Juju, sees the Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker goes in straight onto Io. That's definitely the right target. Grimstroke over. Ollie, he does get the RP. It's RP onto 2, but they have no follow-up. So is it going to be enough? Juju does get the ult off. Is Juju going to be okay? Yes, this is. Juju is going to kill absolutely everyone. Out comes the Mortimer's Kiss. Is it going to be enough to kill Juju? Almost. No, it's not enough damage. Oh, somewhat. But actually finds the kill with the cookie into the rank 1 Scatter Blast. Very, very nice kill. And then just turns around and instantly kills Veteran as well. I mean, that is way more than a Snapfire should have been able to get away with, as well as the amount of damage he put in that team fight using the Mortimer's Kisses. But still, that is going to be 2 kills for the Radiant, but 4 deaths. So I'd say the Dire could say that they've won that.
Yeah, the medallion with the little shredder brings the Grimstroke to essentially 0 armor.
Just RP Ollie. No, I was going to say just Omni Ollie, but I don't think you have enough damage to kill a Magnus when you're this poor on the Juggernaut. The Maelstrom is coming in though.
Yeah, it's not a great timing. This is a very, very poor Juggernaut, sadly. The disconnecting issues not helping at all.
Yeah, unfortunately disconnecting, nothing you can do about it. Went for the 5 all stats talent. He just needs to farm, he needs to catch up. I mean, slow and steadily, he's going to be increasing his net worth, but unfortunately, it's not really slow and steady on the Luna when there's an IO also boosting her, so Luna's farm speed is just too fast. Though Luna is...
Oh, look at this Luna, no...
Yeah, oh, full Omni on that, just... Oh, relocate away.
Oh!
Yeah, actually takes Ollie with him. Oh, wow, that IO on about... 0.01%. However, the Dire team, they're getting ready.
Needed 1 Maelstrom prop. All he needed there.
They're about to go back. Senshi is here. Yeah, Ollie, that goes in. But there's the Grimstroke ult. Collects both of them. They're both silenced. Are they going to get away? Out comes the ultimate. Ice Blast does connect right onto Ollie. Can they get the kill on Oak? Yep, there's going to be the kill on Oak. Out comes the Roar on Juggernaut, but he is spinning, so he probably will be fine. Okay, Alexander goes in. Tries to get a kill onto Snapfire. A lot of damage, but somewhat is going to be okay. And the creeps alone are going to take out the Spirit Breaker. Never mind, it will be the Lucent Beam securing the last hit. So it's a kill on IO for a kill on Spirit Breaker. So it's pretty much a 1-to-1 trade. Nothing major. Very close game still. Juggernaut, he lives to tell the tale. He's going to go back to farming. He seems to be sitting in the camp staring at the creep. I don't know if that's lag or he was telling his team something, but it looks like Veteran unfortunately has been caught out, and the Ollie almost misses the skewer, but very, very patiently waits. And then baits RP just for a meme.
Fortified, just like me. Fortified.
Yeah, you'd think when Beastmaster got the Necronomicon removed that he'd be a less strong hero, but then they were like, we'll just give him this helm thing that also has a Vlad in it for some reason.
Oh, the Helm of
he's
the
a
Overlord does, yeah. Out comes the
yeah.
Ice Blast. The Ice Blast goes on to Io. Cookie on the Luna, but Ollie, he gets the RP. Look at the massive RP. Unfortunately, they Mortimer's Kiss went off when Ollie hadn't skewered, but it doesn't matter. They had more than enough damage to get the kill onto Juju and onto Kinder. You see, the Ice Blast is really not doing anything. It only connects on maybe one hero at a time. And then Oak says, well, okay, I'll just heal everyone else instead. I can still overcharge, still give attack speed. I mean, Io has not been affected at all by the Ice Blast, pretty much.
It's an unreliable counter for sure. It's not quite as simple as like an Alchemist or something where you're like, yeah, that's all I need to do.
Yeah, you just needed to tag the Alchemist, so then you're done. You're right.
Yeah.
So Io having a very good time. And now they're already destroying the base. I mean, this is the power of Luna, of course. The Glaive's going back and forth and back and forth. And rank 1 Eclipse is finally here. Oh, Cookie'd in. That's a beautiful Cookie. And Ollie, he blinks in, does unfortunately get hit by the Grimstroke ulti. There's the double strike. It looks like Spirit Prick is going to go down. Out comes a relocate as well. I mean, maybe it looks like the Dire are going to go in now. Was that the relocate that they needed? I wasn't sure. Somewhat is going to go down. They will get another kill. And I think Io would just take herself back. And they forgot about her, so she can just TP away if she wants to. I would have TP'd straight home if I was playing Io, but unfortunately she hasn't, so she is going to go down. Maybe she thought she'd have someone on her team to tether to, but they all ran away. But that does mean that Senshi lives to fight in another day, and that's obviously the high-value target, the Luna, so... But good fight from Dire. They did manage to find some kills as well. They have lost their tier 2 tower, and their mid tower is taking a bit of damage too now.
Yeah, it's good that they took the Rex. It was much less clean an escape than I thought it would be. It was nice to get those pickoffs that they managed.
Yes, you're right. Sorry, not just a tier 2, a tier 3. Really nice to get racks at. Before even 18 minutes in the game, now you're going to have a permanent pushing advantage. And GPM lead, because as far as I'm aware, Mega Creeps give slightly less gold. Super Creeps give slightly less gold than normal Creeps.
Yes, they do.
So you're always at a small advantage now. But obviously that's what racks are all about. So Roche is next on the agenda. Now look what they've got. The Ancient Granite Golem, 15% health aura. It's also got 2,000 HP. And for some reason, like you said, Helm of the Overlord not only has a Vlad's in it, but also gives 80 damage to the creep, as well as 12 health regen. 80 damage is a lot of damage when you're also giving it 45 attack speed and a Vlad's aura. So, yeah.
I don't understand whether, like, oh, Necronomicon, we need to remove that, that's cancel. What we'll do is we'll put in Helm of the Overlord to replace it. It's a bit like, okay.
I liked Necrobook more. I mean, it de-warded, it had spells, it had cool auras.
Oh yeah, it just did everything, it was great.
Oh, there's the bash on somewhat as he charges through. And then he pops Shadowblade afterwards. But unfortunately, they do have the protection of him. Drops the ultimate, doesn't even get off in time. The Roar goes out. Oh, look, and the RP. This is just absolute carnage. They have deleted the Dire team in record time. And Backwards Hello did get the Omni Slash off, but I'm afraid he is just going to go down. I mean, that's a team wipe in what, half a second?
Yeah, that was an efficient team fight, we'll call it. Nice German team fight there.
German team fight. Well, we're just going to have a look at the camera so we can look at that again at the instant replay. Just to see what happens, because it was so quick. Why not watch it again? All you're missing is them destroying the base. The Spirit Breaker presses Shadowblade, then decides to go in, but they didn't realize there was a sentry there. AA Blast comes out, but look, Ollie gets the RP. They had RP on two targets, as well as the Primal Roar on another, and the Omni Slash was going through, but it was never going to be enough damage. And now look at the absolute carnage happening in their base, as these purpley glaives bounce around. That's already 2 sets of racks. We're only 20 minutes in. I mean, it's looking pretty good for the Radiant now. They just went for a push lineup, didn't they? Io has all the massive healing with mech first item, overcharge. Beastmaster gives everyone attack speed. Luna gives everyone damage. You've also got a Vlad's Aura already, and you've got Empower from Magnus. I mean, you just got the buff team.
Yeah, no, it's wonderful. The combination of the Luna and Beastmaster is very, very strong. And I think the Io, honestly, the strength of this Io is they first picked it, as you said, right? It wasn't a duo pick. It was a first pick, Io into no combo. And it managed to get 2 supports as, like, soft counters to it.
Oh, no, they found Judy. He was hiding in the trees, but you cannot hide in the trees when there is a Beastmaster, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
And so he will go straight down. And I think this might be game. I mean, how do you stop this push? You've got no Juju now for 35 seconds. You've got no glyph. How can you even kill the Golem? I mean, it's got
yeah.
44% magic resistance. It's absolutely massive. You've got Lil Shredder to hit the towers as well. Luna has over 300 damage with all these auras. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Okay, Ice Blast. It hits 1 or 2 people. That's it. Cookie and a creep. Kinder Surprise is going to go down. There's a buyback Kinder, but he doesn't have Ice Blast. Spirit Breaker trying to do what he can, but he just ends up having to run away. Yes, a big stroke of fate goes in. Ollie gets a 3-man RP, but unfortunately gets knocked into the fountain by the Spirit Breaker. But does it matter? Mortimer's Kiss is going to go down. They've already killed 3 of them. Backwards Slow's going to die. Ultra kill for the Luna. Will not be able to get the Rampage, though. They're trying it. They're going to tank it with the creep. No, the creep just goes straight down. Don't underestimate the fountain. You're not going to get a kill, I'm afraid, on the Beastmaster. And that is game. 21 minutes in.
Yeah, they got a lead and they never let go.
I mean, I think that's why Beastmaster has such a high win rate. I mean,
Yeah,
we're all aware of what that hero can do. The net worth difference wasn't even very big for most of the game. And then they sort of hit their critical mass. They took the racks and they said, right, we've got Helm of the Overlord, we've got all the auras, we've got the team fight. We're just going in now. And yeah, the Dire were absolutely not ready for it.
Yeah. I mean, we thought that they might try and be playing around this Magnus, but really they just played around the the Beastmaster with the Luna and just running up objectives.
The Beastmaster was the perfect pick, and we're just going to have a quick look at the trends at the moment. These are over the last 8 weeks, of course, but you see that Beastmaster's win rate has barely changed at all. It's been around that sort of 54, 55%. He's a very high win rate hero, and with good reason. Yet, for some reason, he's barely ever banned. Same with Lycan. 55% win rate on Lycan. Banned 2% of the time. I guess everyone's too busy banning Tinker, with good reason.
Yeah, Tinker and Marcy are probably the big culprits there.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, it was a good game. Nice to see. Well, I know maybe not feeling so good if you're the Dire team, but it's still nice to see like a well-organized 5-man death ball and some really nice RPs from Ollie as well. So it was unfortunate. Backwards Hello, he was struggling with lag. I don't know how much he was struggling for the rest of the game. He seemed okay from our perspective, but he might have been having difficulties throughout. So yeah, it's a pain when that happens, but you know, what can you do?
Yeah, it's always unfortunate when you see that. But I'm not sure how much of an impact it necessarily would have made.
Yeah, maybe a slightly better laning phase, but once the Beastmaster got going, I mean, that was it. And I really liked the draft from the Radiant. It felt like it had a purpose. And so...
Yeah, and every time I see Snapfire Little Shredder, even after the nerf, I look at this hero, I'm like, it's just a grandmother. But suddenly, like, it's one-shot